I just released a new book called Arlan's Revenue Playbook, and I'm going to tell you all about it. And I'm going to tell you how you can use it to generate more revenue for yourself, which is the big goal for this channel. If you're new here, my name is Arlan. I was homeless less than 10 years ago, and since then I have invested in more than 200 companies. I have also generated millions of dollars in revenue for myself and other people. And I am just having a great time teaching all about that now that I'm in this new chapter of my life. It's been all about getting as much information out to you as possible. Because if we have information, then we can make moves. We make moves, we get out of our current circumstances, and I want us all to win. So I just released my new book. Now, my book behind me, Your First Million, came out last year. And then I have a first book called It's About Damn Time that came out in 2020. So those two books were on major publishers. And I'm going to give you a little bit of the sauce here because I haven't talked about this yet. I had the opportunity to publish this new book on a major publisher, but I decided not to do it. I decided not to have my third book out on a major publisher. Now, for the first two books, just to give you context, I made $400,000 advance on my first book and $300,000 on my second book. And it was just two different times, out in the market, but both were pretty substantial paychecks. And that was without knowing anything about how they would do. I was just paid that based on my audience, based on what I had gone through, what I had accomplished. And it was a whole process. And I had an agent, I have an agent, I still do have an agent. And there was for both books, there was an auction and there was a competition from all of the major publishers. And then I have been out in airports and Barnes and Noble and Amazon, everywhere you can think of, all of the indie bookstores. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is I'm going to tell you why I decided to do it indie this time. If I had gone forward, I would have probably brought in about $200,000 if I'm thinking, conservatively, in an advance alone. You can still make more than that if you sell a certain amount. But what it would have meant is that I would have had to release the book in about 18 months from now. And you need this information today. And I just couldn't stand to think of putting this book together, having things change and move and ebb and flow, not being able to change it, which you can do with an indie book, not being able to republish it, have different versions of it, and stay with the times and give you the most up-to-date information. And then after all that, having to wait for someone else to tell me when I can release the book. So that just wasn't going to work again. And I think I rocked the boat a little bit because people were expecting, when I say people, the publishers were expecting me to go through their normal ways, their traditional ways. And I just, with so many things in my life, have gotten so tired of waiting for other people, big institutions, to tell me when it's okay to do what I want to do with my audience, with my IP, my intellectual property, with my life. So I hope that that inspires you to just kind of go out there and do the thing. Don't wait for the big investor to come in and save the day, because that's really kind of a myth. Don't wait for someone to tell you you can publish your own book. Don't wait for someone to say you can start your own membership. Don't wait to start your own YouTube channel, waiting for someone else to come along and give you permission. Just do it. Experiment. Have fun with it and be willing to fail and think of that as a lesson rather than anything else. So what that means is right now, if you go to arlansrevenueplaybook.com, you can get the book. Now, we ran out of physical copies on the first day, just a few days ago. The first day. So thank you so much if you already have the book, if you already ordered it. So we have the ebook and the audiobook available now at that address, and we'll print some more at a later date. But before, don't wait on that. Go ahead and get the ebook, go get the audiobook. which is kind of cool because it means that you have that immediate access to the content, and the content is what really matters, right? I will make sure that we have more printed copies so that you can have that just like I do. It's really fun, and you can highlight things and you can write. And if you got your copy, if you were a first mover, congratulations, it'll be there very soon. Depending on when you're seeing this, you may even have it in your hands, but it will be there soon. But if you go to Arlen's Revenue Playbook, you can, and again, depending on when you see this, I might already have replenished the physical copies. But as I post this today, you can go to arlensrevenueplaybook.com or the link in my description, and you can go get that ebook version, that audiobook version. It's really amazing. So I have been listening to the audiobook again because I just I think people would be surprised at how much I teach myself. Like I learn from myself all the time. I go back and look at old videos. I go back and say, what would I have told myself about the situation? And then I just find out by looking at old videos, listening to old podcast episodes, etc. Reading my books. I read my own books when I need to, just like I read other people's books more than once. So having this in your possession, whether it's in your hand or you're listening to it or you're reading it on a screen, the most important thing is that you have this in your possession because this book is going to it's going to unlock a lot for you, starting with the very first chapter. It's 22 chapters, and it teaches you. It just teaches you how to find that right client, to find, the right customer, to decide what you're going to offer. So many people write in my comments, how do I know what to offer? What do I sell? It teaches you that step by step. It also teaches you how to find leads and traffic and where to go, how to get people to see what you have to offer. The people that you want, not just anyone, by the way, the very ideal people that fit your avatar, that fit your description. You'll learn all these terms and everything if you don't know them already. You get to learn all of that, and then you learn how to bring them in to what you're offering. And then you learn how to convert them into paying customers and how to think about your audience who is not a paying customer, because they're just as important as the ones who are paying. So all of that gets discussed and taught to you step by step. It's from 22 different conversations that I had where I gave all of this information out. And I did the math, and it's about $100,000 worth that was paid to me in order to get that information. And then you get to have it just kind of for dollars and have it right in front of you. And and conceivably, if you open up another browser, you could conceivably have that downloaded within 5 minutes from now. So I wouldn't wait. I would go and do this right now. There's some other awesome bonuses and really cool stuff that you can grab, add-ons, things like that. And when you do read the first, second, third chapter, what I would love for you to do is to send me an email and let me know your favorite takeaway. You can get my email in the when you order, and it's easy to find, but you can get it when you order and then listen to or read when you get that ebook or audiobook. Listen to the first couple of chapters. Tell me what resonates because I am like super confident that immediately you'll see something that resonates and you'll be like, oh, wow, this is only the first chapter. That's crazy. And then you have so much more to go and you can reference it, you can come back to it, find the pieces that work for you. You don't have to read it linearly, meaning you don't have to read chapter one, then chapter two, then chapter three. I would read the first couple of chapters and then look at the table of contents and see what really resonates to you in the titles and let me know because people are already telling me that it's just changing things for them. Like it's been out for 72 hours and people are already telling me that it's changing what they do and changing their lives. And that's another great reason that I'm going direct to you rather than going through a publisher because I can still do some really fun, incredible things with this book that are pretty high profile, but I needed you to get this into your hands or into your folders or into your ears as quickly as possible. Then I also, I told you there's some add-ons. There's one add-on that I want to make sure you know about. It's when you go in and it talks about the companion course. So I made a brand new course for this, and what it includes and I'll be adding a lot of bonuses to it over time. You'll just pay that one time and I'll just keep adding stuff to it. But what it includes is an incredible 5 day, 5 step training from our sales guru, sales expert, Colin Yearwood, who works with us in Arlen's All Access, works one-on-one with my clients in Arlen's Inner Circle, people who pay me thousands of dollars per year. He works with us in Inner Circle and All Access, and he has some transformative work that he does to teach people how to do sales, people who have never sold a thing in their life, or at least not for themselves. He teaches them how to do that. And what he's done is he's broken down the exact training that he teaches on these calls with people and these one-on-ones, but for you to see. And that's one of the bonuses. So if you see that add-on where it's like you get the ebook and the audiobook, and you also get you get a course and you get a couple other things. There's some stuff I don't even list there that you get as a surprise when you open it. I would highly, highly, highly recommend that. If you're still watching this, that means that you are a highly engaged audience member of mine, and it means that you are probably more likely to be someone who can get benefit from that type of training. Some people are not, although it's for people who are beginners and people who are advanced, believe me, we have all of it in our memberships. Some people won't accept it. They won't spend the time, carve out the 30 minutes a day that's necessary to watch it, do the exercises, that kind of thing. So if you're still here, it tells me you have that retention span, that attention span, I should say, that will give you that leg up in that type of training. But either way, grab the book. And let me, I have to tell you, in these comments, I learned so much because I just learned what you want to learn, what you want me to teach you. I hear you when you ask questions. I plan some videos around those questions, even if I don't answer them in the comments, and I kind of come back to those things. I've just had today has been really interesting. I've had some really interesting, like not good stuff happen today with one of my companies, but actually it turned into a good thing. And then I've had some great, great stuff happen inside of Arlen's All Access, which made me want to record this video. I wasn't going to record a video until a few days from now, but I just decided like middle of the afternoon, I'm going to record this video, get it out to you. And no matter when you're watching this, I want you to know that um, based on the good things that have happened, right? So one of the good things, I'll just tell you what one of the things that happened that was good. Someone, I'll just keep her privacy because I haven't asked her permission to talk about it, but someone posted that they got their first approximately $1,000 deal today. And this is someone who has been in the membership for about 4 months, and she shows up, right? She posts, she goes to the classroom, she asks questions, she's on the lives, she's reached a level on our membership where she gets a one-on-one with me. And she showed up, and in fact, she showed up yesterday. So she showed up to a live session that I was having, a private one. She showed up to it, she asked questions. And at the same time, although things were going well for her, she wasn't making that connection to sales. She just wasn't able to go over the finish line with it yet. And so she was like, you know what? I feel a little defeated, but I'm going to keep going. And I gave her a little bit of advice yesterday. And it was really a repeat of some advice I gave her before. Well, she posts today and she's like, got my first sale. She got of this type, right? She's of course sold in the past, but this is like the first time it was this amount for this offer. And before it was, very different. It wasn't the same kind of thing. And she considers herself a beginner when it comes to this. And she's like, I got it. And you just have to hold on for your breakthrough. She was trying to tell everybody, just hold on. I know what it feels like. And that made me so happy. If you're watching this, by the way, this makes me so happy. And I, it just reinforces like this stuff happens so often inside of Arlen's All Access. Like it's so amazing. And here's the cool thing. When I said I wanted you to know, I want you to know that your breakthrough is around the corner. That's what I know for sure. I talk to entrepreneurs all day, all week long. Every single week of the year, I just talk to several of you, and so many people are feeling, in the dumps. They're not feeling great, and then I'll talk to them a few weeks later, and things have just skyrocketed for them. And it's the people who really just hang on and continue to put in that work. They don't wait around for anything to happen for them. They go in and they make it happen. And they learn from people who have done it before them, right? So what I want you to know is that it's around the corner for you. It's really close. It's really close. And what's really cool, I was going to say about this book is that you get it for a very low amount of money, like tiny, tiny, tiny bit amount of money. You get access to the trainings that I do in All Access. So if you haven't joined All Access, if you don't plan on joining All Access, or if you want to, but you're not really sure about it, the book is teaching you what I teach in there. And you'll get to know, oh, do I like that teaching? Do I like that style? Do I think that that makes sense? Would I go out and try the things? Every single chapter, I tell you what to try. I tell you what to do next. I say, okay, go do this. Go step one, step two, step three, and it's just laid out for you. So it's really cool. So if you read it and you're like, ah, I like that, then the all access is for you. But that's another story for another day. All I want you to do is get your hands on this book, this information, and I think you owe it to yourself. And I know with every fiber of my being that there will be, let me call it now, thousands of people, maybe tens of thousands of people who will have their lives changed. I'm saying it because of this book, because of this book. So whether you're just beginning or you have been in the game for a while and you need to crank it up and make tens of thousands of dollars in the next few months, let's go. This is that book for you.